Out with Rico Robles is about to go live online. Catch All Out monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out host, Rico Robles. Stand by and enjoy the program.
As promised, we are going to make your Friday fantastic here on the show. This is not the first time he's been here on the program. This is actually the third time. The first one, he actually came in here in the studio with his guitar. The second time, we were actually, I think, at his house, and he was sharing with us the concerts that he was doing during the height of the pandemic. Not only one, but two, maybe even a few legs of the concert. This time around, he is joining us live from his taping. Why? Because he has a new song that he wants to share with us. And this is something always great that we get to catch up with him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show, the one, the only, the timeless, Sir Ian Veneracion. Hi.
Woo! Hey, how are you?
Hey, good.
First of all, bro, thank you so much for always being generous with your time and accommodating me whenever I need to promote a concert, or now it's a song, or a live concert, or an online concert. So thank you so much, because you're so reliable when it comes to, there's only a few people that are as helpful as you when it comes to promoting stuff. So thank you.
Here at the Monster, basta ikaw, hinto ang mundo. Yun lang yun. Nag-message, ay, grabe, pagupit na tayo, lahat kompleto, the works. But how's everything? I mean, you're so busy. Diba? I know you're currently now in taping. So what you working on right now?
Now I'm here in Iloilo, almost 1 month na ako dito. We're shooting a series for Netflix. It's called A Love to Kill. It's an action series, and ang tagal kong hindi gumawa ng action, and I really enjoy it. So it's like it's my home court. Because I've done a lot of action movies in the 90s. for a lot of people don't know that. Pero yun, and now I'm really enjoying the stunts, the fight scenes, shooting scenes, car chase, motorcycle chase, and explosions, and super enjoy.
I mean, is it different now? I mean, I remember in the 90s when you're doing the stunts. Nung time na yun, ang kalaban mo nun yata si Zoren no? Yung kayo yung nag-aano ng parang heartthrobs.
Like Zoren, Raymart, the younger generation before of action heroes. I did my first one. It's called, nakakatawa yung mga titles dati ng action movies. For example, the first one I did, I was 15. It was called Alias Babyface. And then the second one was Zaldong Tisoy. Yeah. Tapos Boy Praning. Yun, yung ganun yung mga titles no.
Kasi you were picking up from like Boy Negro, di ba? Yung Ben Tumbling from before, and then of course the Robin Padilla, Baby Ama, and then now it was your generation in the 90s that was doing that. And was that a dream when you were getting into it? Alam ko from that, di ba? And then you did the action stuff. Was it a dream to see your billboard along Monumento? Kasi nung time na yun, or Cubao, hand-painted pa yung billboard nun, di ba?
Definitely. Tapos may mga billboards ka na matutuwa ka pag nakita mo, uy, kamukha ko yung billboard. Kasi nga, pinipaint lang nila yan. May mga billboards naman na, that doesn't look like me.
Diba? I mean, and did you ever, was it a dream then? Kasi I remember nung bata ako, uso nun yung text, yung gano'n, yung text talaga. Yes. Were you featured in that as in your action film? Kasi usually mga action comics yun sa text, di ba? Yung mga Nardong Putik, yung mga ganong time na yun. Was there a text on your time?
I don't think inabot ko na any of my movies na punta sa text. Pero mahilig ako mag-text nung bata ako. Pero yun nga, tama yung sinasabi mo, based on movies siya. Tapos, pero I don't remember any of my movies ending up there. Hindi naman hindi naman, alam ko mas luma yun eh. Yung mga napupunta sa text na movies.
Yeah, yung mga mga karamihan Lito Lapid films, di ba? Yung mga
Yes. And dati,
yeah.
kasi lahat naman tayo gusto natin makagawa ng action movie. Kasi imagine, it's like, para ka naglaro ng baril-barilan, pero with other, people, and then with stunts, and with a big budget, and, it's like, it's serious play. And I think every guy wanted to be an action star during that time. Lalo na mga peg natin, sa Hollywood, sila Sylvester Stallone, sila Arnold. Diba? Sila, dito naman local, FPJ talaga. And mga Rudy Fernandez, mga ganyan.
So ano yung mo? You mentioned FPJ, he does have his trademark. Papak! Mga ganun move, di ba? So ano yung...
The pompiang.
The pompiang! With double punches in the belly, di ba? So ikaw, Ian, ano yung trademark mo?
Wala naman akong trademark. Pero it was funny lang because nung time na yon, imagine the major productions on, for example, Viva Films, Regal Films, Seiko Films, they would do maybe 75, 65 movies a year. So every week may bagong pinapalabas. Every week, every Wednesday may bagong palabas na Tagalog movie na magkakalaban pa. And during that time kasi no match yung Hollywood movies. I mean, Filipinos wanted Filipino movies. Tapos eventually, yun nga, nag-shift. Ngayon, syempre, mas mahirap na for the producers. And buti na lang pumasok na yung online. So now, people from different countries can watch the projects. Unlike before, sa movies, sa theater lang talaga. So the landscape is changing so much.
It's changing.
I'm just glad. And I'm so glad I was there nakita ko yung evolution kasi even with the lights, for example, the lights that we use now, look at this, for example. This one, you can touch it and it's fine.
Oh nga, no? Yeah.
Before sobrang init. Tsaka ito, ano siya, battery operated, so hindi na kailangan ka-plug. Pero before, sobrang init ng mga ilaw, the cameras, film pa. Tapos, you had to wait 1 week.
Yeah.
Tsaka you had to wait 1 week to watch the playback. Imagine that. So, kasi nga, i-develop pa yung film and stuff. Tapos, eventually, dumating na yung may video assist. So, may playback agad. Parang, magic, we can watch it right now. Yung ganun. So, and it's different doing action now because nga the cameras that we use, mas siya, portable, mas pwede mong ipasa sa loob ng kotse, ilabas sa kotse, pwede mong itapon, pwede mong, you can do so many things with it. Unlike before. So, it's so much fun.
Tsaka may mga drones na rin no? I mean, there's a lot of drones being used as well for shots. Not for you. I mean, evolving, of course, with the technology. Physically wise, I mean, I have a dear friend, Erwin Tagle, who does the stunts, tag team stunts. Do you do JiuJitsu moves? I mean, ang isa sa pinaka siguro a bar that is set very high is John Wick. Di ba? Yung mga action scenes si John Wick. So, I mean...
pero, yun, ang secret naman doon, hindi lang naman sa galaw nung lead, kung hindi sa jerk ng stuntman also. Ang gagaling ng stuntman. And, tsaka yung camera angles, editing, lighting, everything. It takes a whole team to... Pero yan ang peg natin lahat, di ba? Pag sinabi mong action, John Wick. So, nag-evolve na rin. Katulad dati. Kaya hindi na tayo pwede magpopompiang ng mga western ng mga dati. Kasi hindi na pwedeng pang cowboy na mga nung pumasok yung Born Identity. Yun mga nag-start sa series ng mga short range fighting. And it's funny lang because karamihan ng martial arts ginagamit nila for short range fighting doon, Kali or Filipino martial arts. And karamihan sa atin pa naman yung hindi familiar kasi sa pagdating sa movies that mas western yung influence natin. So at least ngayon gamit na yan. Kasi nauna pa yung Hollywood. So kung ginagamit ng Hollywood
to use it,
martial arts, definitely doon rin yung trend natin.
Now, for this film that you're working on, for those that are tuning in, we have Ian Veneracion. He's joining us from location. He's working on a film for Netflix. Ano to? Are you training Kali? Because I see you training jiu-jitsu at the gym. You know, was that also
Yes.
for preparation for a movie or ano lang yun, to stay in shape?
That was just to stay in shape and
Mm.
ibang first time ko lang mag-try ng jiu-jitsu nun because ever since naman I was 5 I was into karate, and then eventually when I was in my teens I went to street fighting and
Mm.
eventually Muay Thai and kickboxing, and you know just different disciplines kasi nga you learn so much from one, and you know ang sarap
Mm.
i-combine. Hindi pa naman uso noon, lalo na when, you know, our childhood, di ba? Hindi pa naman
Mm.
uso yung mixed martial arts. Dati, ang nagsasabi lang nun si Bruce Lee.
True, backyard
Na
pa lang lahat eh, no?
yeah, before it's like Jeet
Yeah.
Kune Do, you combine this, you combine Kung Fu and Wing Chun and
Mm.
this and that. And then, parang, oh, nga, no? So, ngayon, you can go to one gym and you can
Mm.
train boxing there. They have grappling. You can choose di ba? Ang daming choices mo pa, long range, short range,
Mm.
grappling, wrestling, di ba? So, now it's become a science na. And you don't have to be exclusive with one martial art. So, ang sarap din. So, ako, ina-enjoy ko lang yun with my kids also.
So with you
And gamit na gamit
training,
ko yun dito. Gamit na gamit ko yun
or
dito
sa
sa
movie na
movie.
to. I mean, with
Yes,
it,
sir.
with the skills that you have with mixed martial arts and the different arts and skills. Pag ganyan, I mean, have you ever tried competing? Or you, I mean, kilala ko si DJ Trinidad na kasama ko yung one time sa ganyan
Mm,
din eh,
mm,
boxing naman.
mm.
Pero on your
Yeah.
end, have you ever tried competing? Did you ever, or
Ako,
is it
hindi.
staying in
Ako,
shape
nung
talaga and the
staying
discipline?
in shape talaga, pero one of my parang bucket list ko, kasama sa bucket list ko, is to go to an octagon with a really
Mm,
really scary fighter. You know,
mm,
yung sandali lang gulpi na kagad ako. Pero
mm,
it's something you have to experience agad. Just the fear, the ano, kahit na it doesn't even matter manalo matalo or maglast ka ng 10 seconds or 1 minute
mm.
or 3 rounds, it doesn't matter. Parang gusto ko lang ma-experience. Tsaka
I mean,
masarap din yung may naalagaan kang bukol once in a while, di ba? O black
right?
eye.
I mean,
We've all been
you are
there.
the type na who's always adrenaline. You're always facing your fear. I mean, I see
Yes.
your videos. I think you had a fan behind you. What did you call it? Paragliding,
It's
is it?
paramotoring. Yeah, it's paragliding with a
Paramotoring.
motor. It's paramotoring. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw your video on that, and then I hear you're a pilot from our last interview and everything. Now, Ian, do you ever? Is there anything that you fear? And if ever
Every
you face your fear, how do you overcome it?
I'm just as fearful about everything as anyone else. As every person, because I think the difference lang is when you constantly face your fears, you learn how to manage it. That's the only difference. But it doesn't mean you're not afraid anymore. You just
Mm,
learn how to manage your fear. So obviously, I'm afraid of many things. That's why I try many things. Before, I used to be scared of heights. So, magpa-practice ako rappelling and then went into bungee jumping. Oh, I'm still afraid of heights. I'll go skydiving.
mm.
And then,
Tina,
hanggang sa, na-manage mo yung fear. Because fear is good. It's good. It keeps you
mm,
alive. So, you don't want to be fearless. So, in
mm,
flying, we always say there are bold pilots and there are old pilots, but there are
mm,
no bold old pilots. Kasi fear makes you a safe pilot, and in other things also. Even sa motor, for example,
mm,
mahilig tayo magbike, di ba?
mm,
Kung saan tayo nagmumotor. Pero sa racetrack, yan ang tayo mag-lean, practice your
mm,
angles, your extreme braking, and blah blah blah. And pag nasakali ka, takot ka pa rin, which is a good thing. And
mm.
managing fear lang. Yeah.
And it somehow makes you smarter and actually protect the people around you as well, especially when
Yes.
you're on the bout. It's to somehow caution them. Oh, ito yan, mangyayari dyan. Oh, are you like that with your kids?
Yes. Yes, definitely. And kahit sa motor, ayoko may kasamang matapang masyado kasi alam mo na, oh, delikado to. Kasi walang matapang sa aksidente, di ba?
Mm. True, true. So, especially sa mga riding in groups. But you have any message for those that are somehow fearing something na hindi nila ma-overcome? Because it is tough to overcome
It's
fear. I mean,
it's definitely one of your opportunities to get to know yourself is to face whatever it is you fear, whether you fear spiders, you fear this or that, or heights, or relationships, or whatever it is.
Mm.
It's always a good thing to watch yourself and observe yourself, how the fear manifests emotionally, how it manifests physically, and then
Mm.
learning to manage your fear lang, kasi it's such a useful tool, kasi every time, kahit na walang kinalaman doon sa specific fear mo. For example, you learn how to manage your fear of heights. It's
Mm.
the stuff you learn from there, you can apply to all the other fears that you have or might encounter in the future.
It somehow prepares you, to the
Yes,
greater
to be a better
nung
manager
of it. Yeah,
fear
kasi
of yourself. Yeah.
it's like the same way that you can never forget to love a person. You just have to manage how you love that certain person. Then you move on to
Yes,
the
sir.
next, as they do say. Now you did mention,
Mismo.
di ba, relationships and romance and everything. Now, one thing that we know from you, Ian, is you have a very successful married life. I mean, you have a very successful relationship. In a heartthrob guy in your status, with everybody throwing themselves at you. I mean, how do you do that, Ian? I mean,
uh,
what's the secret to it?
24 years. Yes, I've been married
Mm,
24 years. O nga, no? Mag-silver anniversary na kami. Lapit na. Wow, how time flies. But I think, sometimes the love and the lambing, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. But
mm,
the only thing that's constant always is respect. The
mm,
respect is always, always there. And yun nga, magkaiba, me and my wife, magkaiba yung mundo namin. She has her own thing, I have my own thing. I respect
mm.
her work, she respects my work. And, at the end of the day, we get to tell each other stories, and interesting to both of us. Kasi magkaiba kami ng mundo eh.
Mm,
So, I think that plays a big role. And of course, I think, because she's very supportive of everything I do.
mm,
Hindi siya yung bawal ganito, bawal ganyan. Walang bawal. Kasi hindi pwede. Kasi kilala niya ako na, mahilig ako sometimes travel. I do a lot of
mm,
things. I try to learn always, constantly. So every 6 months, I'm trying to learn something new.
mm.
Something not necessarily practical. Something just to challenge myself, for example. Pero yun, she's very supportive of all my ideas, good ideas and even bad ideas.
Yung kumbaga, andun naman siya, ito na naman si Ian, 6 months. Ito na naman.
Parang, eto na naman siya. Walang ginawa kundi. Kunwari, eto naman siya paraglide for 6 months. Nothing but paragliding. Pag nag-sailing yan, sailing naman for 6 months. Motor na naman for 6 months. Hiking, ganyan din. And all. Tsaka umiikot-ikot lang yun. Minsan,
Mm.
scuba diving. 6 months lang iba na naman gagawin niya. Yung ganun, sanay na siya sa akin.
They could imagine your house. It's like a big extreme shop. It's a big extreme store. Now all
Yes, I
the
know.
diba? The
And
ultimate
all the
man
toys.
cave. Yes, I could just imagine that, Ian. Now, but for you, how did you guys meet? I know your wife doesn't really show up much on camera, right? So
Yes. She's a
was
very
it before
private
show
person.
business or
No, I was in show business. I was doing, at the time, I was doing action movies. I was probably mga 18 years old. And then,
Mm,
it's a nice story kasi, calling cards pa noon. Naalala mo yung calling cards, di ba?
of course.
Ngayon, wala nang calling cards. Anyway, masyado. Pero noon, nagtitingin ako sa isang box, puro calling cards. Tapos may nakita ko isa, name. Tapos nakita ko yung name niya. Tapos sabi ko sa kaibigan ko, sino to? Tawagan ko nga. Sabi niya, ay, wag yan, masungit yan.
Mhm.
So being the arrogant, overconfident me, tawag ako. Tapos I go, hi. Sabi ko, could I please speak with Pam? Tapos sabi niya, who's calling? So, this is Ian. Tapos sabi niya, Ian who? Ito yung expectation ko. Pag sabi ko,
Mhm.
Ian Veneracion, i-expect ko sabihin niya, hi, yung ganyan. Kasi parang feeling ko, kaya ko daanin sa charm. Pero hindi, nung sinabi ko, Veneracion, sabi niya, okay, ano yun? Why? How can I help you? So, ba't ganito to? Tapos sinabi ko nga, wala, I'd like to meet you, ganyan. Sabi niya, sorry, I'm busy. Binagsakan ako ng telepono.
Mhm.
So yun, na-challenge ako. super challenge. Kaya, ayun, tatlo na yung anak namin.
So, nung na-challenge ka nun, binagsakan ka ng phone, paano mo siya pinursue? Paano mo niligawan?
Ah,
Ganyan, guys, take note.
ah,
All the fellows that are
ito,
tuned
ito,
in.
ito. Ito, very effective to. So, ginawa ko, landline pa nun eh. Tawag ako na tawag. Alam ko, dumarating siya sa bahay niya, pumapasok siya, mga 6:50 something sa bahay niya. So, lagi 7 p.m. nag-ring yung phone niya. Tapos pagsagot niya, ako lagi. So, sinanay ko siya, ganun. Tapos, nung naisip ko na, ito na yung time. Nasanay na siya. Biglang tumigil ako tumawag ng mga 3 days. Tapos, ang basis ko niyan, pag tumawag ako ulit on the 4th day, tapos medyo galit yung boses niya or baliwala sa kanya, doon ko mag-gauge kung affected siya o kung merong any kind of attachment to me, di ba? So, yun, after ilang days, na hindi ako tumawag ako. Pagtawag ko sa kanya, sabi niya, so how are you? Ako, parang dead ma lang. Tapos na-sense ko sa boses niya, parang, buhay ka. Wow, may tampo. Sabi ko, huli ka, Balbon.
Oh my goodness! So, mo, pinaroutine mo siya, make a part of the routine, tapos you disappear.
Yes,
nagpa-miss
for a few
ka.
days.
Nagpa-miss ka a few
Yes.
days.
Tsaka
Okay.
mag-gauge mo naman sa boses, di ba? Kung medyo,
Oo.
kung sinabi lang niya, hey, hi, how are you? Ganyan. Pag walang dating sa kanya, hindi siya nagalit, edi parang, that's not a good sign.
Challenging yung ngayon yan. If you were to do that now, it would probably be through text, right? It would be like text from every day and then biglang, di ba?
Tigil. Yeah, pero kasi our generation, I think we're more aware of visual cues, social cues.
True.
For example, tayo across the room, sabi mo palang cheers, smiling to a girl across the room. Cheers pa lang magigauge mo na eh. Type ako nito or hindi ako type nito.
Or sa hair
diba?
flip
Alam
yun,
mo
di
na
ba?
eh.
Yeah, true.
Tsaka yung sa smile pa lang niya pag sabi mo ng cheers, alam mo na eh. Pero the generation now, kasi nga, masanay sila sa text. So, it's yung mga emoji pa lang eh. Iba yung language nila.
If a person really likes you, if follow ka na noon sa IG pag nagkakilala kayo, follow na sa IG sa'yo, kaagad yun. Yun na yung,
ganun ba yun?
That's the sign of interest. That's a sign of interest, as they say. So, learning a thing or two, right? So guys, take note, ha? Take note. Ligaw tips, once again, from Ian Veneracion. All right? Make the person...
Pero effective yun 25 years ago, Hindi ko alam kung effective pa yun.
But if you were to make your own ligaw tips now, alam ko naman, siguro yung mga, if you do have a son, tinuturo mo ba siya manligaw? Humingi ba ng advice? Ano yung, if somebody was to ask you a ligaw tip right now, Ian Veneracion, at 2022, anong ligaw advice mo bibigay mo?
That, ang pinakamalupit, ito totoo to, ang pinakamalupit na diskarte is honesty. If you're just upfront and honest, they appreciate it so much. I mean, no BS. And dati, nung single pa ako, syempre, parang akala natin, di ba, parang kailangan mo lagi magpakita ng intentions, good intentions, and ligaw todo na pang girlfriend, pang asawa ang dating. Yun pala hindi, kasi minsan gusto lang din nila ng, kausap lang, and, gusto lang ng, parang lang, for fun lang. Kasi kaya pala, na-realize ko nung, pag may wedding ring, parang mas open yung women na mag-show ng interest if you have a wedding ring. Because siguro sa kanila, they're not looking for a relationship, or some of them they're not looking for anything serious. They just want to hang out. And just like parang, okay, ganun pala. Parang sa akin, revelation yun. Kung alam ko lang yun, sana mga 14 pa lang ako, lagi akong susot ng wedding ring.
Yeah, because ano nga nila when you have a wedding ring, sabihin nila, ay, ano to, harmless na to. Tsaka ano to, willing to commit to kasi he's committed. So we could just listen to our stories. And listen to what we have to say. Am I right?
Yeah, tsaka hindi. Pag nakita nila na for example, na you're married, edi isipin nila, okay to, hindi clingy, hindi ako kukulitin ito, hindi makulit. It can be, it can be just fun night lang, fun experience lang, pero walang anything serious. So, wala, hindi naman lang nag-occur sa akin noon that some women pala think like men also in that way, that they're not always looking for a relationship or, not looking for marriage. Sometimes you're just looking for friends.
Yung clingy part pa, lalo na yung galing pandemic, di ba? Yung mga tao para bang, I don't want anybody else to ship, chill lang ang tao. They're still trying to enjoy the outside world. They're still trying to enjoy the bars, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
San ka? Babakuran mo ka agad. Di ba? Mahihirapan ka pag ganun. You just have to just party out with them. So for those who are tuning in, we have Ian Veneracion. He is joining us. Let's talk show business. I mean, for you, Ian, throughout the test of time. I mean, from being a child star, from being an action star, then soap operas, then going back to action. I mean, how do you feel about it now? What are the changes that you had to do? And how does one adapt to it?
Ako, per project lang ako mag-isip ever since. When I was given the chance to do action movies when I was a teenager, I did put that action. Eventually, I was after action movies. Kasi nga magastos gumawa na action ng movies. So after I did mga 20-something movies, nag-stop na yung action. Naging drama na. And then, eventually, syempre, nag-age na ako. Naging father roles. And then, I was just accepting I was thinking on a per project basis. Even up to now, when I see the project, I'll do it. If it's not, you can't really be a control freak when it comes to career because you don't really know, lalo na sa showbiz, you don't really know. Katulad ako, hindi ko naman expect na mapupunta ako sa music. The music started lang when I did a teleserye called A Love to Last. And then I played the role of a composer who plays the piano and the guitar. And sabi ko, sure, I play music naman, pero nahiya ako kumanta. Pero pagtapos nun, parang ang kapal na mukha ako kumanta. Na-enjoy ko talaga. Tapos pag live performance, it's instant yung feedback. Hindi katulad ng TV and shooting and movies, hindi mo nakikita yung reaction nila. Pero when it's a live concert and the audience nandyan sa harap mo, parang it's almost as if you're energetically connecting with them, and you know how they feel, and makes you feel, gives you a boost, and then it's a cycle. So sarap. Sobrang sarap the feeling when you connect with people dyan mismo with your audience. So that's another thing I enjoy naman.
Yung music that you make, I mean, this is not just your ordinary pop, let's play DAGA on a guitar. You're playing like Johnny Cash. You're playing traditional. I mean, these are like the roots of it. I mean, what got you into that? Who influenced you into that music?
I guess my father's playlist ever since. Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan. When it comes to lyrics, Bob Dylan talaga. Sting, U2, Stevie Ray Vaughan. A lot of old school talaga. And growing up, I would always mas rockista ako eh. So I would watch Razorback, Wolfgang, The Breed. I actually lived right beside Calye Bar because I would go to Calye bars so much and watch Coco Jam, and tumira ako sa condo na yun for 2 years para malapit. And yun, dito sa song na Ninuno, yung ni-release natin today na sa Spotify, and now it's the music video is available na rin. Yun, dun lumalabas, mahalata nila na yun ang tunog ko talaga, rock.
I mean, we're hearing it now in the background. For those that are tuning in, we are playing Ninuno. This is, of course, is this going to be from your album, or is this going to be a single? Are you planning to record a rock album and collaborate with a lot of people as well?
No, now it's a single, pero ang dami ko naman nakalinya na songs, kaya lang hindi pa, parang buo na, pero hindi ko pa na-record kasi nga it takes time, and it costs money also to make your own music video and recording and mixing and mastering and everything. Because I'm doing it independently. So, yung labas ng songs, ganyan lang, depende. Syempre, pag maganda yung response ng audience, parang gaganahan ka, oh, let's put out another song, and so depende pa sa outcome, sa feedback ng mga tao. Pero maraming nakaplano na mga songs na for recording and for releasing.
It
soon.
gives me the vibe of Ninuno. I'm hearing it now in the background. You won't be able to hear it because you're on your computer, but it gives you the feel of a classic rock of it is touches of Razorback and touches of Yano. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The lyrics itself. Yes,
Yes.
I'm hearing some Yano in here, which is really, really nice. Now,
Uh,
what inspired you for this song, Ninuno?
um, I usually every morning I usually just have coffee and play the guitar and something. Kung lumalabas lang naman kung ano-ano. Pero ito na-excite ako kasi it's not the normal cheesy love song or na madaling ma-access. It was like, wait, this is something else. So to me, it's become like as if I'm writing a prayer. It's pleading or crying for the sense of integrity, for courage, for wisdom from the people from our ancestors, from the ones who came before us. Because especially now, all over the world naman, parang gulo, so much chaos. And so I think if you're philosophical about, you can associate it with philosophy, or you can with psychology, or even politics. If you're into politics, it's very timely also. So I think it would resonate with a lot of people. And the lyrics, wala akong pera sa lyrics, kahit medyo matapang at medyo matalas yung pananalita ng lyrics. That's a message that gusto kong ibigay sa audience. That's why yun. And also, I think may sariling spirit yung kanta. I mean, it's not just one of those songs that I made up. I think it was I was just an instrument. Pero the song was meant to be, be recorded and be released out to the world. Pero it just so happens I picked it up and okay, go.
It's an awesome song, man. I mean, this is, if you were to let three or make it a few people, if you were to let a person hear this song that's been writing songwriting in the Philippines, kanino mo to ipaparinig?
Kanino ko gusto iparinig to? Sa mga rockista din. For example, the late Jun Lupito, na idol nating lahat sa guitar sa Pilipinas, may his soul rest in peace. Gusto kong sanang narinig niya. Chikoy Pura. Sa mga younger naman, sina Bamboo. Gusto ko sanang to ask him, what do you think? What do you think? Si Basti, I want him to hear it and say, bro, what do you think? So, wala lang. Excited lang ako yung feedback nila because nga I know it's yung taste na na-appreciate din nila, I mean, in terms of genre.
And it's with this song we could see an OPM Revolution album for you, and you did mention it could be used for a presidential campaign. You know what I mean? It could be used for something. Not for you. I mean, it's without endorsing anybody. So Ian, what do you think are the qualities? Because especially now, election is just around the corner. Ano sa tingin mo ang qualities na kailangan natin tignan for a person to vote for a presidential one?
I mean, the qualities of the leader. Of course, he or she should be a good manager. Because imagine managing a restaurant pa lang napakahirap na. Managing a big business. Imagine this like managing a huge business with 100 population natin 120 million employees, imagine.
Mhm.
It's not an easy task, and it takes a lot of intelligence. It takes a lot of determination. And sa akin, ang pinaka-importante yung sense of integrity. Kasi all the education and wits are useless without integrity.
Very well said. Hey man, thank you. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for sharing with us the knowledge of everything from panliligaw to pagsusulat ng kanta to keeping the tradition alive. Alam mo yung musical ano mo, yung influences mo, pati yung mga pinapakinggan mo, sobrang we jive on that end as far as guitar playing, even the Stevie Ray Vaughan, all these are
Oh
guitar
yeah.
heroes. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
That we would watch. Now, Ian, before we let you go here on the show, we do have all out questions, some random fun questions. If you were given
Sure.
a ticket to watch a concert right now, alive or dead yung artist, who would you want to watch and why?
Eric Clapton. I've never seen him live, and si Lolo Eric is getting old. He's in his late 70s or I don't know 80s. Pero I'd want to watch him live because he's my guitar hero talaga.
And if you were to collaborate with anyone, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
Sting. Because he's such a brilliant lyricist, and hindi ko ma-imagine what hindi ko ma-predict kung saan papunta yung taste niya, because he can do jazz, he can do just piano lang, he can do rock, he can do punk, he can do pretty much anything, blues, reggae. So yeah, if I had the chance, I'd want to do a song with Sting, of course.
Are you currently on a diet now? And if so, what kind of diet are you doing or you're practicing now?
I eat lunch and dinner. That's it.
Okay, so for those tuning in, we have Ian Veneracion. He's telling us his life. Just some random questions. Skincare routine the ladies want to ask and the fellas.
Oh, you have to be, regaluhan niyo yung mga asawa niyo, mga boyfriends niyo ng Timeless by Ian Veneracion.
Oh my
serious.
goodness.
It's a men's skincare line. It's called Timeless. So,
Timeless.
yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. Sige, hanapin ko yan. And last but not least, for you, have you had dinner already? It's dinner time. Ano kinain mo? What's the last thing you ate?
Kanina I ate fish and adlay. Adlay, I love adlay rice from saan ba galing ang adlay? Bukidnon. It's from Bukidnon. Anyway, yun, fish and adlay. And dito
Favorite
sa Bacolod, dito sa Iloilo, merong diwal, angel wings, I think they call it. Basta diwal na dito lang meron. Ang sarap. So, yun. Thank you sa mga nagpapadala ng diwal.
Dadami na dyan. Favorite food?
Burger. Yeah.
Summer plans.
Wait. I have a question for you. If you had one meal, you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, what would it be? For example, I would have... Oh, really? For life, huh?
For life, no?
Ako, it's gonna be garlic rice, crispy bacon, Canadian bacon, or honeycomb. Yung honey
Honeycomb,
bacon.
yeah. Yung mahal, yung nasa kulay black na box.
Yung pang hotel.
Oh.
Yeah, tsaka yung mga nasa Canada, mga American na mga bacon, yung makakapal, hindi malinipis, di ba? Tapos garlic rice, tsaka sunny side up egg. Ako, breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight snack, yun eh.
Stop na yun.
Habang buhay, okay ako doon. Ikaw, anong
chicken
klaseng
wings.
burger?
Baka chicken wings.
Huh?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings?
Yes.
For
chicken
life?
wings. Yes.
Okay.
Chicken
Nice.
Pwede mong lagyan ng ano yun eh, di ba? Ano sauce, lagyan mo yun, di ba? Chicken wings. Kahit buffalo,
Yes.
all day, all night. Di ba? Summer plans for you, Ian. What's the summer plans that you got?
Not sure yet. Just fly my paramotor whenever I have the chance, or go back to riding my motorcycle. Tagal ko hindi nag long ride sa motor. And yun lang, ganun lang ka-vague. yung plano ko. Walang definite.
Since you mentioned riding motorcycles, alam natin yung mga celebrities, yung mga riding groups. Ikaw, I mean, I wanna know, sino showbiz barkada mo? Sino yung mga tipong katambay mo na mga from the industry as well?
Usually the people I currently working with, yun ang mga syempre kasama ko, my directors, my co-actors sa particular project din. Pero yung mga matagal ko na hindi nakasama na lagi kong nakakasama pa rin sila Daniel Padilla. Kasi anak ko siya dati, so parang anak ko na siya sa tunay na buhay. So lagi kaming magkausap at magkasama. And yun, maraming, lahat ng leading ladies ko na matagal ko na hindi nakatrabaho hanggang ngayon, sobrang close na mga kaibigan ko. Sila Jody, Isa Calzado, si Bea. So, yun.
All right, last but not the least, message mo, invite everybody to listen to Ninuno and invite everybody on your upcoming projects as well.
Yes, sana pag pinalabas na tong I Love to Kill sa Netflix, sana panoorin nyo. Kakaiba siya, action. And today, sana pakinggan nyo yung Ninuno. Nasa Spotify, nasa YouTube, basta hanapin nyo, Ninuno, Ian Veneracion. Pakinggan nyo yung kanta, panoorin nyo yung music video, and sana it strikes a chord na mapatanong din kayo sa sarili nyo nung mga tinatanong ng kanta. At sana i-share nyo kasi maganda naman po yung mensahe ng kanta.
Who's on the music video? And who directed the music video for you?
It's Pee-wee and Odi Flores. Nag-shoot kami sa corridor. Sobrang hirap. Kasi wala, komplikado. Dala namin lahat ng instruments at ng gamit. And yun, pero super worth it. Super sulit yung pagod.
It's an awesome
So,
song.
may enjoy nila.
Yeah, it's such an awesome song. I mean, dude, this is something that we miss in radio. Rakan, you know what I mean? Ian, thank you very much for taking time. Alam ko nasa taping ka ngayon or you're shooting a film and we are looking forward to your future projects. Sana next time you drop by the studio, you bring your guitar and we hear you for the concert series, okay?
Yes, sir, definitely. And thank you. Thank you so much for always being, you're always generous now with your time. Thank you.
Anytime. Here at the Monster, you're always welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, live from Iloilo, Ian Veneracion. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
There you go. What an awesome song. You're about to hear his track now, ladies and gentlemen. For those that have missed out on the interview, hey, we just got to talk to Ian Veneracion. Yes, a new song called Ninuno. Talks about, our elders. So we got to pay respect to them. You just got to check it out. It's another exclusive for those that are online. You're going to get to hear this. Check out the music video. Till then, my name is Rico. Thank you guys for watching. For Facebook, for YouTube, and for Twitch. This has been another great interview here on the Monster.
Monster exclusive interview. Only on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1.